Okay, so the day has arrived where I'm going to go out on a run and take Max, the Springer Spaniel, with me. For the first time, I've not taken him on a run before, because he was either too young or we've been like trying to get him to put a bit of weight on, so it just wasn't like the right time. But yeah, gonna give it a go today. Honestly, no idea what he's gonna be like. Hopefully he'll love it. I can see him just like dragging me around, but that's fine. So yeah, I feel like this is a bit of a more positive note to start the vlog with. Yesterday I started it after just having like a bit of an anxiety attack, which wasn't fun, and I will just include that in a second, because I don't want to not include it, because you know it's part and parcel of my life, people's lives, but I appreciate it's probably not the first thing you want to click onto a video and hear about. You know, it's okay to have, and for there to be no explanation for them, it's anxiety attacks. It's not how I was hoping to start my Monday. Well, start the week. Yeah. Let's make a cup of tea. Anxiety attacks on a Monday. Fantastic. And there was no trigger, I couldn't tell you why it happened. I think anxiety is something that I'm always going to have. It's always going to be with me. It is what it is, and you can only do what you can do and just try to cope as best as you can, which is what I try to do. But it's just, yeah, the brain is just weird. That run went as well as I expected it to go. He was like getting excited, so it was about every other 2 steps I was like being yanked forward. Also, why is it so humbling running with a dog? Because he was barely running. He was just doing like a fast walk. And I think that's what his thing was. He was trying to get me to run faster. But no, it was good fun. It's all new to him, which is what I've got to remember as well. Like, he's not just going to know how to run with me. So it's all just going to be like a bit of practice, and the recovery runs are just perfect for practicing that, because there's no pressure on the pace. It's just about getting out and running. Not too bad. I think he's pooped. I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but we are going to New York at the end of the month, which I am so excited for. And Josh got it for me for my birthday, like the trip. Josh got it for me for my birthday as like a little surprise trip. I mean, it's not a little surprise, is it? It's bloody massive. So he's been planning and arranging it all. And anyway, we basically agreed that he would tell me like one thing a week. So I know that we are going to see Moulin Rouge on Broadway. We are going to see an ice hockey game at, I always get it wrong, Madison Square Gardens, I think it's called. And then yesterday, he rang me in the morning and I was like, he was like, do you want to know something else for New York? And I was thinking, I thought, because he told me like I wasn't going to find out anything else. So I was like, okay. Anyway, we're going on a helicopter trip, which, like, I've always, when I think of New York and what I'd like to do, like, obviously that has been on my list. However, it's expensive. It's a lot of money. Like, so yeah. And I've never been on a helicopter. Well, neither of us have been on a helicopter ride. But yeah, that's what I found out yesterday, which is so exciting. And I just can't wait now. We're going, when will it be? The week after next. I think it's like just over 2 weeks that we're going. So I literally cannot wait. And I cannot wait to make it my whole personality. I actually have been making it my personality. I think I've hidden it well from these vlogs. But like, I made a New York playlist months ago, and anytime we're in the car together, I'm like, right, New York playlist is going on. It's just songs that I associate with New York that are from, you know, like rom-com films, artists or like musicians that are from New York, that were born in New York. I have been obsessed with Gossip Girl. That I've just been watching that like since I found out that we were going. I'm just so excited. Like, I've always wanted to go to New York, but it's one of those places, isn't it, that's like on your list of places to go. So to be able to be going is just insane. And then the things that he's planned, I'm just like, whoa. I'm very, very bloody lucky. I did this angle before and it didn't work, but I'm doing it again. I'm just about to make some coffee and I'm out of breath because does anyone else ever get like zoomies? Like, you know how dogs get zoomies? I feel like I get human zoomies. So basically I was just running around with the dog, but I'm just gonna make a coffee in, look how cute my little, what's it called? It's called like a, I wish it would focus on it, a cafetiere, but is that the one? No, this is called something else. Anyway, it's from Venice, and I just love it. Yeah, it's just really teeny and really cute. I have to be careful with my coffee sometimes because just being an anxious girly, it's you just gotta be sensible. Like yesterday I didn't have any coffee. I had a cup of tea, which I know has caffeine in it, but it's just the caffeine doesn't hit me like caffeine in coffee does. So yeah, let's make a coffee. I just know that somebody out there absolutely hates me for how I've made my coffee, and you know when you you've turned it off but you've still got to go and check. Yeah, apologies, I'm no coffee connoisseur. I just like making it, and I like drinking it if it tastes nice, and that's about as far as my capabilities go. Good morning. I wanted to quickly check in on here. Because I'm not feeling 100% this week. I don't really know why. There is nothing going on that is bad or more stressful than the normal stresses of, day-to-day stresses of life. I just feel a bit flat, and I'm just trying to, for me, when there's a problem, I like to have a solution and fix it. I like to know what's going on, and usually I'll find a self-help book to help me figure it out, or, talk it out in therapy. This time there's nothing specific like that it is going on. I just feel how I feel, and I don't know why. There is no reason. It's just is what it is. But it means that I have to sort of slow down with myself and give myself a bit of a break. I'm very hard on myself, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. I'm really, really hard on myself. I am, said it before, like my own worst critic, and that is literally with everything. So I'm just trying to work on being a little bit kinder to myself, a little bit gentler. Gentler. Why does that sound weird? Rest is so underrated. Why does it feel like rest needs to be earned? Like, why is it not okay why is it not okay for us to just turn around and be like, do you know what? I'm exhausted. I just need a bit of a break. I just need to rest. I think we're all guilty of it, aren't we? We're all very, very hard on ourselves. I think my main takeaways to share with you are to put your phone on Do Not Disturb where you need to. There is, I don't even have an iPhone, and it's possible on my phone, so I feel like it's possible on most phones. You can have, in your settings, you can have your phone on Do Not Disturb, but it'll let certain contacts, so you put a group of contacts into like your favourites or a certain group, and it will allow them to contact you, like, give you a ring if they really need to. So that's what I tend to do. My phone is usually on Do Not Disturb. My phone is usually on silent, which is a bit of a debate in itself. At the end of the day, if people really, really, really need to get in touch with you, it is possible to do so. If you choose to put your phone away, I think that's my panic sometimes. I'm like, what if someone's gonna trying to get in touch with me and I'm not on my phone, or I'm not available. So just give yourself that permission to just put the phone away, put it on silent, whatever, because I feel like that takes up so much of our energy. I'm trying to wake up and get up and kind of potter around before I check my phone, so that it's not the first thing that I'm waking up and kind of immersing myself in. And then I'm also, this morning I did a 10-minute meditation, and after that just kind of journal to get anything else out of my brain onto the paper. Just be kind to yourself. Take it slow where you need to take it slow. Not every day or every week is going to be get up and go and motivated and feeling amazing. Some weeks are just going to be a bit, I don't know what's going on, I feel a bit pants today. And that's okay. We don't need to figure it out. We don't need to fix it. We just need to sit with it and trust that it'll pass. That's my Wednesday TED Talk for you. So I've got 5 mile easy run this morning. And I'm just going to reiterate the words that got me out of bed this morning that I heard someone else say, which is, and weirdly I keep now reading it everywhere. And it's funny, do you get that when, I've got a hole in myself. When you've started looking at a certain car or something like that, and then you see that car everywhere. That's how I've seen this phrase anyway. And the phrase is discipline over motivation, because motivation is always going to come and go, but discipline like you're in charge of discipline. I think the saying goes a little bit better than that, but that's the kind of principle of it. So yeah, 5 mile easy. They're all easy runs this week, as instructed by Coach Zoe. Let's get out and get on the pavements. I would honestly lose my head if it wasn't screwed on. I was just looking for this gilet, and I can't stand the way I say that word, so I'm not gonna say it anymore. But I was looking for it everywhere, up and down the stairs, trying to find it. Like, I initially looked in the place where I was pretty sure it was, and it wasn't in there. I go around everywhere else looking for it. And where is it? In the first place that I looked. So, sorry, I haven't checked in since that run. Isn't it funny? Because I'm like, oh, I haven't checked in, but actually, it's as if like I've left you hanging on this vlog for, what time are we on now? I can't do the maths. 10, 11, 12, for 3 hours. But yeah, that run was alright. It was just a It was just a easy paced 5 miles. My knee is hurting me a bit, and it's concerning me a bit, because I'm like, is this like a problem, or is it just having a bit of a moment? I don't know. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Max is drinking his water and seeing if there's any left over in his breakfast bowl. But what was I saying? Yeah, I'm hoping it's just a bit of a fluky kind of thing. I don't know. I really don't want it to be a problem. Obviously, who would? But yeah, it was weird. It was like, it was hurting me. I did get to a point where I was like, am I gonna have to stop? And I had about 2 miles left, so obviously I would have had to walk those miles. However, in case you haven't gathered by now, I am very much a panicker, and as soon as there's the slightest bit of problem, I'm like, oh my god, my brain is like, alert, alert, alert. So it's hard to tell with me whether I am just panicking or whether there is a genuine problem. Anyway, as the run went on, it was fine. And like, I still feel it a little bit now, but it's not unbearable. Like, it's not like I can't stand or walk or anything like that. So, I don't know. But I saw, if anyone follows Holly B Fitness, I think, the girl who, she's now living in LA. She's from England, I think, but she's living in LA. And she did a video about, I don't know if she slipped a disc. She's injured. She was running a lot and she's injured, basically. Anyway, she made a really good point of don't ignore your whispers, is what she described it as. So she was just saying, as a runner, you're taught to like push through the pain, which means that sometimes you end up missing what you would call like little niggles that end up becoming big problems. So that's also in my head. I'm like, oh my god, what if I'm ignoring something that's going to end up being a bigger problem? You can see like how my brain is just spiral. But anyway, on the way back from the run, like my turning point, I was fine. So I'm just thinking, could it just be post-half that my legs are a bit like, I need a break? I don't know. We'll see. What is it? What is it? What is it? So I've got my sister's dogs this weekend, my sister and her husband's dogs. And today and this weekend, to be honest, is going to be like a pretty much just a rest couple of days, because my legs are feeling really fatigued and I don't really know why. They just feel like really sore every time I run. But like post half they were fine, so I don't think it was that. I don't know what it is. I think my body just needs a bit of a break. So today I'll walk them today and tomorrow, and then hopefully if I'm feeling all right, I'll then go out for my just easy run on Sunday, kind of see how I go. I don't really want to put a number on it just yet. I've got like a number that I want to go for, but if I don't end up making it, it's like I'd rather rest and recoup than push it too much. So yeah, here are the little pooches. So that's Bonnie and that's Toby. So I finally got myself a running light. I literally just tried this on. I just got it from Amazon, £20. And then this, it should actually be following me. And then this tilts. So I'll show you. Take it up. How do people do these videos and make it look so cool? So yeah, it tilts, which is cool. It's got like a brake light is what I would call it. But yeah, £20 on Amazon. So not too bad. I'm definitely gonna need it soon. I've been really excited for November to come and to get to the end of November because we're going to New York. But also the end of November means moving like full on into marathon plan. Because Coach has given me an extra month for some reason. But yeah, I am going to need it soon. I'm not going to be able to get away with squeezing my runs in like in the morning or finishing earlier and going, like, I am going to need it. So safety is a priority, especially us women. Don't even get me started on that this week. Can I leave a link in the description? I think I can. If I can, I shall. Because yeah, it's not bad for £20. It's what you want in it. I did see a girl on TikTok and she had this like really colourful, like, oh my god, it looked amazing, which you can also get on Amazon. So yeah, that's today's purchase. That was a necessity. It was.
The way the mud is now, is that like cloggy mud?
Yeah.
Find a light on the pool.
I want to see if I'll get the...
There's
What?
shine light on the pool. That's what I'm saying.
my plan of attack for today is we walked the dogs this morning, 10 to 7, might I add. Yeah, we did that this morning, and today I haven't really got like much on the agenda, but we have got a cupboard upstairs. It's like an over the stairs cupboard, and I want to sort through that because it's filled with all of the stuff that I didn't sort through, like the boxes of stuff and just bits and bobs from when we moved, and it's just still sat there. And so there's like a collection of that stuff, and then there's also bags of clothes on Vinted that I've got on Vinted that I haven't sold. So I think it's just time for the charity shop because they're just sitting there, and like the occasional one will sell that's been on my profile for ages. But yeah, they just need to go because they're just taking up space and it's just clutter, and every time I open that cupboard I'm like, this is a disaster. So yeah, I'm gonna have a bit of breakfast, do my 10-minute meditation because I'm trying not to skip those, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this morning. I was just going to say, so I'm just putting a wash on, for anyone that basically when, I don't know why that was so high, basically when I go on runs, it's not usually any other kind of sweating, like it just seems to be when I go on runs. I mean, I suppose I must sweat the most when I'm running, and I always, like, obviously you smell, I mean not everyone, but I sweat a lot, and then it ends up like stinking my clothes out, and it's really hard to get the smell out of the clothes, and you're probably thinking, this is disgusting, why are you sharing this with us? My sister basically recommended trying it. So it's just Vanish Oxy Action stain removal, and I just pop, if I'm putting my running stuff in a wash, I just pop a bit of it in with the washing powder.
I mean, it was just once, and it was weird.
Just on my longer run of the week, aiming for 7 miles today, but see how the knee goes. Over halfway. Less than half a mile to go, and then it will be 7. I did it, almost. That run went better than I expected. I kind of eased into it at the beginning, just because, yeah, didn't want to aggravate the knee anymore. However, I think this is a bit of a lesson learnt because I am a nightmare for stretching pre and post run, and kind of in between. Even on the days that I go to the gym, my warm up is going on the treadmill for 5 minutes and doing a walk, and I just, deep down I know that's not enough. So I think that was the universe being like, you need to stop. I panic and then I catastrophize things. So I'm just like, it could be the most minor problem in the world, but because of my panicking and because I'm so good at then catastrophizing that panic, it just ends up becoming like something bigger than it probably is. And then I think sometimes when you're worrying about something, you're focusing on it, and then you're like noticing every single thing that's going wrong with it. And like on that run today, I noticed myself like really focusing on my knee, whereas usually I wouldn't be doing that. I'd be focusing probably on my breath, or so I don't necessarily have a focus point for when I'm running, but I was definitely focusing on my knee because of the fact that it has been sore. So I was trying to just redirect my energy a little bit. I also, the book that I'm reading, what's it called? The Champion's Mind. This one, which I touched on briefly in my vlog yesterday. I did like a little spend a Saturday vlog with me, if you want to watch it. Anyway, in that book, he was talking about an athlete who might have been asked, like, how do you cope with the pain of, I can't remember what his sport was, but anyway, he said it might have been running. Anyway, he said, I focus on my eyelids because that's the only thing that isn't painful. Like, your eyelids aren't painful. And weirdly, I've started doing that, especially like this week with my knee, because I'm noticing myself focusing so much on it and checking in, like, is it hurting? I've just been doing this thing of like focusing on my eyelids, and it's crazy how you can just kind of switch your mind and switch what you're focusing on, and what's concerning you and things like that. As I said at the start of the week, I am conscious of not, like, I don't want to fully ignore things if it is a problem, because obviously that's just detrimental and silly. But I also don't want to panic too much about things that are pretty normal as a runner. I think I was Googling like the symptoms, and I think it's a bit of runner's knee. So it's similar to that anyway. It might not even be runner's knee, but it's like similar to that. But it was definitely better today. Let's reflect on the highs and lows of the week. So we'll kick off with the lows. Lows, obviously, definitely my knee, just because it was a bit scary. And I was thinking, oh my God, what if I can't do the marathon? And what if I have to stop running? And just the spiraling train thought of like, what if this, what if that? That was a bit of a low point. When I say low, I don't mean, I say it very lightly. And the same with the highs, I say it very lightly. It's just more reflections of what went well, what went not so well, or what I didn't enjoy of the week, what I did enjoy of the week, that kind of thing. Highs and lows is just easier to say than those other sentences. So yeah, that was definitely a low, my knee. And then so I had the little like anxiety attack on Monday. That wasn't fun. And then I don't know if it was like a knock-on effect of that, or if it's just like where the seasons are changing a little bit, but I've just been really fatigued this week. So yeah, they're my like low points, but I do say low point very lightly. I know that there are worse things going on and worse problems to be having. And then high points, my run today, because I wasn't too sure if it was I had 7 miles easy, like on my mental plan, because I'm not on a plan currently. I've got 2 or 3 weeks left without a plan, and then it's marathon plan. I have like a kind of guide of like, I'm basically just maintaining half marathon fitness essentially. So I had 7 miles on the agenda today and I managed to get it done. I wasn't sure if I would be able to just with my knee, but I did and it felt really good. My sister's dog's coming to stay. They're just so cutchy and just the cutest little things, and it's just an excuse for me to sit down and watch telly. I'm not very good at sitting still sometimes, so yeah, I really enjoyed having them. I think on my run today, and I sort of blame runner's high because it happens a lot where I'm feeling amazing and then and then I start thinking about things, and I start thinking about where I was and where I am now, and like just this journey of life that's a bit wild sometimes. And I was just on the way back from that run today, and I was just feeling like emotionally happy and just proud of myself because I've been on a roller coaster of a ride. Just in the last, I say, couple of years, it's just, but this year has been like a really transformative year for me in so many different ways. So I'm just proud of myself because there is a version of me out there somewhere who would laugh at you if you showed her this version of me today. And on that note, I think it's really important to, like, for all of us to reflect on ourselves and to be proud of how far we've come. It doesn't matter where we are or what we're dealing with, like, you've carried yourself through to where you are today, and for that you should be proud of yourself, and there is a version of you somewhere that is really, really proud of who you are now. Little cheesy note to end the vlog on, of course, but thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next week.